Pull me in, push me away. You chase my heart, then hit the brakes. You hold my head underwater until I can't take no more. I wanna breathe you in, baby, but what are we fighting for?
Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. I do exist. Yesterday was just a weird fluke. Still not sure what it was, but it was a fluke. I frequently tell people that if you overwork yourself, your body's going to tell you and you're not going to get any warning. And I suspect that is what happened yesterday is I fucked around and I found out. But I'm all good today. I'm sitting in some glorious air conditioning as it is already 90-ish degrees outside as I toss my phone around looking for Celsius. Let's see. I can do this. I can get it in Celsius. I'm cool enough. I swear. Let's see. Okay, so it's only 84 Fahrenheit or 29 Celsius right now, but it's supposed to get as high as 35 Celsius today, and the feels like temperature is also ridiculous. And there are air quality warnings up and all that happy horse shit. So I'm staying inside next to the air conditioner today. And I'm organizing stuff, like I've been sorting inventory. Today might be a picture day where I pick one category and and I take pictures and I update my website. Like I really have been lacking on the internet side of my marketing, and I think that's where I need to focus a little bit. As well as organizing so that I know where all of my stuff is. I have a fun and exciting story to tell later on in the stream today, because right now I know everybody takes about half an hour for everybody to kind of wander in. It involves my butt. But today, for stitching goals, is simply to get to the bottom of this column that I'm working on. So about 400 stitches-ish. I have the day off, and I'm in no hurry, so I might go a little longer. I might end early. Who knows? I will not be here on Thursday. I apparently have an eye doctor's appointment, so I will not be here. I did try to get my microphone volume up, and for whatever reason, it's still not up as high as it used to be, which is kind of frustrating, to be honest. Well, hello. I am working on, if you see right down, it's Divine Instinct. The art is by Michelle Phelan. It's a heaven and earth design. The picture is right below me, behind the chat. And roughly where I'm located is the top right corner, top left corner, my bad, directionally challenged. I am working on the downward slant to the center of the wolf's the ear. I've gotten the ear all done, and I'm going down. Well, I've gotten the tip of the ear all done, and I'm going down to the center. It's a whole lot of 939. Well, I appreciate that, but I'm here to show off my art. I'm working on the 939, which is most of this cross stitch. I still have 109,000 stitches of 939 left. So we have many, many, many sessions of 939. Don't know why I'm playing thread chicken. I have plenty of this string and I could swap it out any point in time. I lost my scissors again. I even had just found my scissors before I came on stream and I lost them again. And it's not like I don't have like 50 billion pairs of scissors, but I have a specific pair that I like for stream. Did I sit on them? Nope. I'm really awkward when it comes to taking compliments. So people are just gonna have to be okay with that. I promised myself when I was in high school and people were really mean to kids based on their appearance that wasn't going to be me, and it's just how it ends up. That, and I don't look at myself a whole lot. Like, I can tell you I have brownish red hair. I'm super duper white. I have freckles and my eyes shift color. But beyond that, I'm looking for those motherfucking scissors because I had them before I turned stream on. My work in progress dragon stole them. It was underneath the dragon. Okay, there we go. Yeah. It's okay. I have plenty of scissors. If the newbie stays, that's awesome. I always love having new people to chat with. but it's much like my Facebook messages about people wanting to buy my stuff. Um, Most of the time, it's it's not real. Because if it were, I would not have any inventory. But so I decided on August presents, and because my streaming is going to be very sporadic in August, not only due to my lifeguarding, which is confirmed 10 to 4 Monday through Friday for the last 2 weeks in August. So if as long as I don't have to go to work afterwards, I'll be on later on in the day. I'll probably do like 8 to 10. But I know next week, the first week of my lifeguarding, I only work Monday. So Monday will be the only day in that chunk that I'm not streaming. But so, I took a break. I took a day off. Don't you worry. I'm fine. I won't be here Wednesday or Thursday either, so they can get sassy with me if they want. But so August presents will be $25 at my store on my website. That is enough to get you a baby dragon. I pay for all shipping on all of my presents, so presents is completely free. But it's you have up to $25 tax free because it just comes from back behind my thing. $25 is the present for this month. It could get you a couple of ornaments, a couple of keychains. It could get you a baby dragon. It could be a down payment to knock a little bit of chunk off one of the bigger projects. But that's August present because that's how it goes. Nope. I am fully aware of what she said. But I like to cross stitch and I like to be on stream. I was feeling good enough to go outside and walk the dogs, so I'm good enough to sit on my butt and stream. I have, oh, you're gonna love this. I have the beauty of the Irish stubbornness and the exoticness of the Puerto Rican stubbornness. So combined, fuck around and find out. My mom is I like to say 6 foot, but she's 5'10". She's a 6 foot redhead. Cause she's 2 inches shorter from 6 feet. That's close enough. I was raised by a 6 foot redhead, and I'm talking pumpkin orange hair, pale skin, blue eyes. Like, fuck around and find out. I felt like butt yesterday. I still made it to work and worked an 8-hour shift on my feet. And I'm trying not to make that a flex, but I'm stubborn. I'm a menace to myself and everybody else. That's why I choose to use my powers for good. I was talking to a resident, and she was watching a documentary about Fort Knox, and I went, I wonder if they realize that, like, with all the technology and whatnot, like, a really good EMP would really, really screw them over. And she just laughs. And I'm like, I mean it. Like, even if they have their own generator, an EMP will knock out all their technology. And if it's a big enough EMP, you can do some collateral damage too. Because these days, all the locks are electronic, um, all the surveillance is electronic. Hi, Jules. And everybody, Friday is Jules's birthday. Not Friday. Why do I have it down on the 15th? I'm very confused. No, I've already. Well, then it'll be a redonkulously late. It'll be redonkulously late then. I don't know. My calendar messed up a lot of dates. So, like, I have it set on the 15th, but it's going to be moved back to tomorrow. You're lucky that I'm not on tomorrow or Thursday. So Friday is going to be the party. I'm dumb. Like, I'm a very intelligent person, but at the same time, I'm dumb as a brick sometimes. So, but I don't use 1234 as my password. Yes, I know. Jules, I can make it look like an accident if you need me to. I think we've scared our newbie away. I didn't mean to, I swear. The puppies. And oh, maybe it's because I didn't like fawn over them when I said they said that I was pretty, because I, I I don't know how to react to stuff like that. Like, okay, thank you. They forgot the tacos. It's tell me I'm pretty and give me tacos. They forgot the taco. And it is Taco Tuesday, so that's all on them. What is Twitch doing that I need to kick it? I was doing measurements up in my video space, and I have the main monitor to my left, and that's the biggest one. My secondary monitor is much smaller, and I worry less about being able to get it where it needs to go. But the main monitor is gonna be a trick getting it to where I want it, but I think I can manage. Oh, I'm not worried. Let's see. Yeah. Let's. Oh, I just sang your praises and how awesome you were after that. And then I said, "Yay, puppies!" Because let's be real, puppies. But you did. So dwelling on what was supposed to happen is kind of like masturbating. You're only fucking yourself. Because if we all focused on stuff like that at 14, I would have. I was supposed to be dead too. So I don't. I try not to focus on that because I'm not dead. Nope. Nope. We don't get to do that. In that same breath of air as I'm here on stream after I was told Rule Zero. I get it. I get it. But I get it and I don't because unfortunately, and this is my fatal flaw, and I think it's what drives people the most bananas when dealing with me. This is my most difficult trait. Is I don't understand pessimism. It's not that I don't know what pessimism is. I don't understand its usage. Um, it confuses me. Like my best friend in the entire world has major depressive disorder. And she just says she's living under her rock, and I let her. I throw her cookies, and I give her the news of the world when she's in a funk. I'm always there for her. All she has to do is say, "I need you." 3 hours later, I will be there. 2.5 if the traffic's good. But for me, personally, Eeyore, I'll always involve Eeyore, but I don't understand it. Because I'm going to be the Tigger in the situation. It's not that I don't have my dark thoughts, but I'm still Tigger about it. Like someone took my happy and they cranked it and then they ran off with the knob. So even when I'm sad, I'm not, because I just look forward to what could be coming. I'm dealing with a resident right now who I adore, who attempted it. He actually started the process, and I adore this man. Like I would have been devastated had he followed through all the way. And he's deceptive. He's always very cheerful, always very loving, always very kind, and that worries me. So when I encounter my friends who are struggling, I just want to help. I want to be like, there's tomorrow. Like you can say poo poo all you want, but there's always tomorrow. And if there's not tomorrow, well, I guess it was time then. But I don't force the timeline, because if I have to stay here, all y'all do too, because I'm greedy. That's where I'm selfish. Is I want everybody around me to rise up with me and be here, and to show off that no matter what you think, you being the outside world, I'm still here. Fuck around and find out. I'm going to do it just to spite you. And that's where like I totally understand existing off spite. So, I took a class in college that started me on my I don't started me on my mindfulness and paying attention. It at first it didn't do a great job, but as I grew up and revisited the books and the teachings of that particular class, I grew to understand it at a deeper level. And this person, Nat Tich Tan, I'm slaughtering that name. He is a Tibetan monk. He's an amazing author, and he writes about his experiences through being a younger man and his transition into monkhood, and when he had angry thoughts or whatnot, he would write them down. And I've heard this actually in a couple TikToks about, is writing them down, and you don't have to understand why you're writing them down in the moment. Just write them down. Some of them, throw away. Throw them away because you're getting it out of your system. I am an auditory processor, so I bitch about it. That's why we're here. That's why we have kvetching. It's bitching about it. It's getting it out of your system for that steam release valve. I know that no one here can fix it. Sometimes I can't even fix it, but it's that release. As an auditory processor, I give people the option. As you can see, I'm here. I'm not containing you in a Discord room. I'm putting myself on the internet, and I'm bitching about it. Well, I'm not bitching about being on the internet, but I bitch. But it's a cathartic release for me, and I feel better about it later on down the road. And that's why I encourage people here. Mind you, it's not audio, but textually, bitch about it. If you need to bitch about it audio, we can work on that later. But getting it out of your system helps lift you up a little bit. I don't dislike the lizard thing. I just don't understand it. But I've never been one to understand. Okay. It's like, I'm excitable, but at the same time, I'm very hard to excite. Gotta love those walking contradictions. So, as I was saying earlier, I have a resident who I adore who has offing oneself ideations, and this was brought to my attention that a scenario had occurred on Sunday evening while I was Yes, I was working Sunday evening. And it was not brought to our attention till Monday afternoon. And there were some protocols that were suggested that my supervisor doesn't want to do because it doesn't actually address the problem. It simply takes away one vein of opportunity. And the caseworker, because there aren't enough caseworkers, didn't get back to us until after both the supervisor and the administrator had left. And that is where I had the amazing thought of how to describe my job. I'm a shift supervisor. I am like a shift supervisor at McDonald's, same level of power. I have my cashiers, who are the CRMAs, and I am also a cashier. But I'm the shift supervisor, so I have to ultimately make decisions here and there. And so the caseworker calls back. All the higher ups are gone. The assistant manager, the general manager, and the regional manager, all gone for the day. And I'm using McDonald's term because it's just easier for people to understand. And she's like, well, we really need to do this. And I'm like, I don't have the authority to approve this long term. Now, I can promise you we can do this for tonight. I can say that for tonight we can do this, but you need to call back tomorrow and get long-term plan in place, because apparently this resident doesn't qualify for hospitalization for a med review or an evaluation because the ideation is chronic. Now, it's true. Dragon's got it. So there was an option that my boss doesn't want to do long term, and I get why, because that's not what our facility does. We're not an institution. We are a residential care facility with like bare minimum meds and meals is what we're responsible for. Meds and meals. And I made a call last night. I'm like, just for one night, and I documented it all. I specifically said that I agreed for one night because that's all I can do. I'm off today. I can't. But I'm so frustrated that they won't address the situation. And one of the easy situations is this gentleman goes to group therapy, but he also does not communicate with the group. He is a POW of the Vietnam War, and he is such a sweet, gentle man, and he holds his cards close to his chest. And the easy answer is individual therapy, and then group when he feels comfortable talking to a group about his problems. Tossing someone into group therapy where they're not familiar with the situation, if they're not even comfortable talking about what they have been facing, is not the solution. But this is America, and we don't go for the easy way. We don't go for the long-term results. We want it yesterday. Well, it's one of the first questions I asked Husband Creature, because Husband Creature is a veteran. He went over to play in the sandbox, and he was MP. One of the first questions when we started dating was, where are you on your mental health? I know it's a very abrupt question, but if he has PTSD, I deserve to know if he has any triggers, because reasons. I am a walking trigger if I don't know what not to step on. And it's like, it's not that I'm trying to diss or disrespect anybody. I just need to know so I can work with it. And anybody who's here, um, I understand. I understand my feelings through service as a love language, and I hate using the term love language because it's just like I try to make life easier for others. I try to give them the things that they want because I know, much like myself, many of my friends do not buy the things that they want. They purchase the things that they need, but they do not buy the things that they want, the things that will bring them momentary joy, even if it is for a flat second. And I strive to do that because that's what I do. And that's the that is that I do acts of service, but I'm not great with the fluffy, oh I love you, or reaching like I'll make sure that like every other day I'll be like, hey, you alive? But I've been burned doing that one every. It's like, yes, I'm alive, and if I'm not, you'll find out. Oh, I was, yeah. Sorry. And honestly, my dad wasn't a veteran, but he self-medicated.
In the silence, his fears are fed. With each attempt, another tear shed. A life of what ifs and
I realize that I I blah 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 blah. English is hard. I realize this, and sometimes I just don't. One of the reasons, like legit, one of the reasons I started doing the stream is I was hearing from people, we don't know that you exist. I'm like, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna plaster my face on the internet and I'm gonna do something that I enjoy doing while I talk. If you're here and interacting with me, I will talk with you. And if you truly miss me, like, and this has nothing to do with any of you guys. And this is how I learned the hard way that if you're going to stream, stream for yourself. Because I had several people going, oh, I totally no, out of about 20, 30 people that were like, oh, we totally, not one of them. And I got you guys just by serendipitous luck. No, we'd find out. Um, you might not think that you leave signs, Jules, but your presence is very well known. What we do in the shadows. Um, what Dragon and I do in the shadows. Um, and And legit, one of the reasons I started streaming was because people were like, "Well, we never get to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay, well, here it is." Because every time I would be in the area where they lived, I was like, "Hey, I'm down for a couple days. Want to hang out?" Nope, too busy. Okay, that's fine. Like, I don't fault them for it, but I started live streaming to place my sorry ass online, and if they want to come and show their interest, here I am. And I got you hooligans, which I by far am more pleased with. And then when I do get my actual friends and family watching stream, they try to pretend that they're not my friends or my family, which is insanely frustrating. It's like, I know who you are. Don't. Well, at least my sister. At least my sister owns up to who she is. Oh, okay. So now that I have my whole audience of three, maybe four. Um, so I went down to help my friend last week. She had rotator cuff surgery, and most of it was social pressure. Why is my phone going off? Anyway, um, so my best friend, rotator cuff surgery. I was there to help feed animals or bring her places. I was just basically there for help. Ended up mostly being there, social pressure, moral support kind of thing. Um, um, and I was, and she has two dogs that are rescues, and they're very skittish. And mind you, in this story, I'm not blaming the dog. I'm not blaming my friend. This is just a story that amused me, and the outcome amused me. So I'm telling it. So no blame, no hate. This is a story that amused me. So I'm bending over in my craft bag, and she's getting ready to let one of her dogs out, and I'm not being wild. I'm just bending over, getting into my bag. So her dog runs up the stairs and just kind of doesn't go to the door, and instead runs up and bites my butt. Now, I had denim jeans on, so it wasn't awful, but she did end up getting right in between my butt cheeks, so I do have a bruise on my butt. It has been difficult to sit at times, but I got goosed with teeth. I'm almost at 200 stitches for today. Um, Jules and Dragon, I know you guys weren't here. The August presents is lazy presents. Um, if you put in for presents this month, it's going to be 25 gift certificate to my website. It can be You can get most everything on my website for you can get most everything on my website for under $25. Um, you can probably get a couple of things on my website, honestly. But it la 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 la. If my brain would work, it it's just I'm being a little lazy in August, and my streams are going to be super erratic. So, $25 to my website. Mhm. Mhm. Doopy-doo. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, features hungry. I'm not sure what I want to do after stream today because I don't want to do too much because it is really it's really like yuck outside. Um,
We stand here together, united as one tribe, a feeling from
but I also really kind of want to play with
victory and euphoria.
dye. Like I have T-shirts, and I want to play with. I want to kind of want to use up some of the like scrap dye I have going on. So I might just do that. Pull out some Ada cloth. Pull out a couple of T-shirts that I found that are in good shape in the attic, and play with those.
Together as one. We stand here together, united as one. One tribe. This is our destiny.
Get to the end with my self-imposed thread chicken.
Stand together. Together as one. Look at us now. Release the energy. Together as one.
Ooh, that sounds like a fantastic treat. And I feel for you having to buy gas. Okay. After this line that I'm working on, it'll be 200 stitches. line before it still looks kind of funny, so I'm gonna investigate that. I poked it in the wrong hole. Did I? Maybe I just caught it in the wrong. I think I just stretched it. Oops. There we go. After this column, I have another 2-column section to work on, and then a singular section of column to work on. So I got 30 rows, 30 columns? 30 columns. I got more than 30 rows. I got like 40 rows. Squared. But I still hold on to my August hope of getting page 3 done on this project. Because legitimately, after I get all the 939 done, it'll move really, really fast. I might even have to have a day where I'm just working on the colors that are just the little colors, where it's just lots of talking and swapping. Now I want a donut. I don't have any donuts. I do have Pop-Tarts, but no donuts. Well, time to hit the buttons.
my feet. I'm just a soldier in the
Okay.
morning defeat, staring at the ceiling, paralyzed. It's a fight just to open my eyes. Foggy headed, slow and dazed, struggle to get out of bed in a mental haze. Eyes aching, thoughts won't line up right. Wish there was a switch to turn on the light, but then I take it, that tiny white pill, a rush of hope, a promise to fulfill. Boom, it hits me, a wave of pure energy, brain on fire, body light and free. Clarity explodes, the fog starts to fade, no more pain, a brand new day is made. Thoughts are racing, ideas taking flight, focus sharpened, laser bright. The world's in color, the music's in tune, this feeling of power, gonna see it through. This is the feeling I crave and I need, this is the life finally breaking free. Boom, it hits me, a wave of pure energy, brain on fire, body light and free. Clarity explodes, the fog starts to fade, no more pain, a brand new day is made.
Okay. I'm hoping to get this last full column because it goes down to where it starts confettiing. I could maybe get the page done today
More than a shell, and if you don't like it, you can fuck off to hell. 'Cause this is the feeling I crave and I need. This is
because I don't have to actually start paying attention till row 8. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have to pay attention till row 8. 8 and 10 I have to pay attention to that. So I did get both Hutchie and Sume's gift out. I'm so proud of myself. They both Monday morning they left my mailbox. So I'm trying to think about if I got anything cool over the course of the past couple days. Um, no, I've gotten a lot of utilitarian things the past couple days, like price tags. Um, I got a cool little piece of hardware that holds things at 90-degree angles. I got some plastic feet essentially, but I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work in that aspect. Like I've been working on price tags and like the T hook the T sleeves so I can hang things all at the same level. And oh, ad break. Oh my goodness. So this week kind of balances out. Only one session, only one stream per cross stitch this week. So today, working on Divine Instinct, and Friday I'll be on to work on la 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 Captain Peanut. Paul dance. Yes. Yes, on Friday I'll be working on him. August has already been wild and crazy. How are you today, Spoopy? Always glad to see people on the green side of the grass. Oh, so nothing to do with Spoopy or anything. We have a new resident, and she was talking, and she said something that just made me laugh so hard. She's like, I, she's like, I'm an accident waiting for a place to happen. And I just about died because I feel that in my soul. Oh, I'm not even cool enough to try that yet. I am very pleased that my dragon skills are aligning appropriately on the project that I'm working on.
My mind is like a hose
I have to start digging out my lifeguard and stuff this weekend. Because I have the weekend off, and Monday I start my shenanigans.
My mind is like a hive. The thoughts intrusive are just bees buzzing to stay alive, distracted and elusive. They collide with and I struggle to
That's
think
because it's
with my
because it
thoughts in a
requires you to count. You know the rules. The second you stop doing it, you can count. But
lost in thought I wander.
while you're doing it,
My inner
nope.
world, the complexity leads me to ponder, and the depths of my emotions swirl. Though the bees can get overwhelmed,
I taught my niece how to read crochet patterns. She wanted a chicken,
a reminder
and her mom was like, "Can you teach her how to make chickens?" I'm like, "I sure can." So I found a free chicken pattern online for her, and I was like, "Okay, so this is how you read." The only thing we ran into is she's right-handed, I'm left-handed, so that was a fun teaching experience. But she also has super duper tight stitches, so her chicken is bulletproof. She's like, "Why is your chicken so much bigger?" I'm like, "It's because I I was relaxed while I was stitching it." And I told her, I'm like, "Look, your first one is not going to be up to your expectations, but keep doing it, because if you're having fun, it's worth doing." Yeah, craft counting is completely a myth. That's why you got to keep it to low numbers like 5. Mm-hmm. 60 more stitches before I actually have to start paying attention. I do think. I think I'm going to get the column done today, which would be amazing.
Raindrops on my window pane blur the world outside the same. Lost in shadows, feeling the weight of a darkness I can't escape. Every breath a heavy sigh, mirroring the teardrops in my eyes, drowning in the deepest nights. No hope in sight, but then a tiny hand slips in mine, a warmth that cuts through the cold design. A voice so soft whispers my name, lifting the shadows, igniting a flame.
When the string's longer, it takes more time because I gotta stretch my arm out. I think that's why I like thread chicken. When the string gets shorter, the stitches move faster. Naps are good for everybody. Oh yeah, that that happened. Like I've been working on something and I start messing up and I keep having to pull rows, and I look at the time and I'm like, okay, it's too late to be working on this, and I stop. That is my time. That I recognize craft counting is not happening, and if I keep going, I'm just gonna get pissed off at it. So I stop and pick up again in the morning, and it works out just fine. It's okay. It's okay to put it down. Coworker gave me a pen that says it's not hoarding if it's craft supplies. Before stream, I was actually organizing. Like my best friend gave me 3 trash bags of yarn and a huge container of beads and suede, because she did dream catchers. So there's beads and suede and macrame hoops and all that fun stuff. And so it was in a container, but it needed to be sorted out. So I've been using all the bottles that I'm collecting, and I have a ton of beads that I gotta sort out though. I have another beading loom, and yes, I actually do beadwork, just not a lot of it. Mm-hmm. 40 more till I gotta pay attention. Yeah. I felt like I feel that way about the middle of the crocodile stitch, the dragon hood that I'm working on. The stitch that I mastered is called the crocodile stitch. It's a front post working stitch, and everything except the start and the end of a row is very repetitive. It's very easy, but the starting and the ending of the rows on this particular pattern are special, even though they're the same 2 rows just repeated. They're special. So, uh-oh. When the boss messages you. 11:30. My goodness. Nice. Oh, sorry. Work drama. We have a lady who is legit, and this can happen, legit addicted to albuterol. And and her inhaler came in last night, and I didn't think to tell her. If she wanted it, she could have asked. I would have given it to her. And she never asked for it. She never rang her bell. I didn't think of it. It wasn't front of my mind. And my boss is asking about it now because I'm pretty sure she complained. And I told my boss, I'm like, it wasn't front of my mind. Had she asked, I totally would have given it to her. But she didn't ask, and it wasn't the front of my mind. Do. Next row, I gotta start paying attention. Whew.
When I saw you again, I knew I wanted you, but I had to hide it. I had to hide it, 'cause I have grown strong without you around. I've just gotta fight it. I don't wanna go back there. Don't wanna fall into your arms.
I'm super excited that I'm gonna get this column done. One step closer to the page finish.
Don't wanna be reminded of the pain and the love of yesterday.
New York is calling me. We are at, I had that information up earlier. Right now, we are at doopy doo. We are at 33, and it feels like 35. And I am gloriously. Oh, they left a voicemail. Ooh, now I'm interested. I'll check it after stream. I move, so the dogs are getting excited. Pixie, enough, lay down. As soon as husband creature got home, they went on a walk. So they are not. They have no place to whine that they're not loved. And tomorrow they're getting one. So yesterday I was doom scrolling through TikTok because I do a lot of that. And there's this lady that's like, it's okay to put yourself before your dogs. And I'm like, that was targeted. Because sometimes I put the dogs before me. 5 and skip. One, 2, 3. And that's the only paying attention I gotta do in this one. And then I don't have to pay attention in the next one. And then the last row I gotta pay. Whew. Now is it in is it the city, or is it just named after the city? Okay. Ooh. So, I've been being an internet troll. Let's not be surprised, people. Do not be surprised when I tell you I'm being an internet troll. It's one of the few things that brings me deep, dark joy. And I commented because We have an ex-governor who continues to move down to Florida when he's not in office. So he was a two-term governor. He termed out, and he wants to run for our Senate now, but he lives in Florida, so he's moving back up to Maine, and he's trying to hype himself up and everything like that. So he posts a news article about how he's not going to allow any more refugees or refugees. What was the headline? He's not going to allow any more refugees in the state. Now, people then went off the handle about immigration. And I'm going to say this for the people in the back. Refugees and immigrants are two different things. Refugees want to be where they are about as much as I like having a dog bite my ass. Immigrants make the active choice. And yes, I know there are different levels of immigration, but distinctively, refugees and immigrants. Immigrants have a choice. Refugees end up where they end up. Oh, and it's so frustrating. So I made a comment going, people realize that these are two different groups, right? Right? And someone laughed at me, meaning, no, these people don't understand that they're two different groups. Working on the bottom of the page. Yeah, and since I have today off, I'm going to reach the bottom of the page, and that's what I'm going to call it. It might be at noon. It might be a little past noon, but feel free to come and go as you please. But I'm going to finish the column, and then I'm going to call stream. This one just across. Oh no, I totally seek out internet trolling.
Lost in this moment with you, nothing else we
Mm,
higher
mm,
and higher, taking me higher. Lost in this moment with you. Nothing else we need to do. Just move, just breathe. Let the rhythm set us free. Oh, set us free. Let's do it. We're free to be.
mm, mm, mm.
Tonight we're free to be. Tonight we're finally free.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Last row in this block of 20. Okay, so there's one, skip one, two. Two, skip one and two. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Dip-a-dip-a-dip. tried to move it while I was still in select mode and selected a whole bunch of stitches I didn't want to actually select. Okay. Yeesh. Okay. Gonna end my piece of string. And I think for the confetti, the confettiness of the last here, I'm gonna switch over to just the boxes of 10, just so I can focus a little better. Okay. Oh, on the camera you can actually see the color difference. Can't see it too well in person. Okay. Oops. You're fine, miss. Okay. Well, I'm getting complaints from management, so I'm gonna finish up these 3 stitches. Mostly because I don't want to clean up dog mess. But also my stitching arms are failing. So 1 second, guys. No. Okey-doke. Okay, so I didn't get the second half of the column done, but I don't want to clean up dog mess. So today we did 414 stitches. We are up to 7.66%. I want to thank everybody for the gift of their time. And remember to drink your water, take your meds, stay cool if it's hot, stay hot if it's cool. And know and be kind to yourself without harming others. Be kind to others without harming yourself.